To Monday Night Rants on the Better Sports Network. What is going on, everybody? Somebody has a case of the Mondays. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And, well, Bob's your uncle. Rants on the Street with Thomas Stevens. Shout out to my producer, Tyler Heavy T. Soto. Boom. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Rants on the Better Sports Network. That's at Better Network at all your favorite social media platforms and at Fantasy Alarm as well. A little bit of a sad note. You noticed my intro music was a little different tonight. Yes, no more I can't even say it without crying. No more DMX for the intro. I know. DMX has been a staple of this show for many, many years. But have no fear, because we're going to do something really fun to find new intro music for Monday Night Rants. That's right. I'm going to go out to the people, you, my fellow ranters, to see who can come up with the best song to start the show. That's right. But no worries. I can still play these all I want.
Let's get it on.
Those are fine. And one day when I'm up in heaven, I'm going to walk up to DMX and I'm going to say, hey, man, you want to play some basketball? And he's going to respond.
But I'm always down for the one-on-one.
That's terrible. Anyways. Out there in the world, my fellow ranters, maybe Thomas Stevens has some friends that can help me with a new theme song to enter the show. Little 90s hip-hop oriented with some, beats or, something fun. We'll have fun with it as we move forward. Joining me tonight, as always, behind the scenes. Not always. I bring him on a lot for you, my fellow ranters. The number one producer for Monday Night Rants of all time in the history of the world and the universe, Tyler Heavy T. Soto. And let me tell you this. Heavy T, F the haters, he says. Heavy T has a surprise for all of you tonight. I'm telling you, this show is going to be off the rails. Because at the top of the next hour, he is debuting a new game show just for you, called Make the Cut. I call it Heavy T's Make the Cut. He kind of explained it to me. I think I get it. We're going to have on some guests that are going to play along, and you can play along too in the chat. It is going to be a boatload of fun and entertainment, so stick around for that. Joining me for that will be two guys. Well, and Thomas Stevens will stay on for that. He always has the best answers. He's been on the show before. You know him as at Pucking Thoughts, the greatest Zeet name. Zitter. Did I say Zitter? Can I copyright that? Can I buy Zitter.com? X. Sorry. Adam Bernard. That's right. Producer on the Better Sports Network. Great all-around guy. And plus, joining me again, along with him to play this immaculate game. See what I did there? Matt Selz of Fantasy Alarm. Loaded show. But just like I've been doing for the last few weeks, we got Rival Fantasy Bingo. That's right, air horn. I got my card in for tonight. It's a doozy. It's simple. It's very simple to do. You go on Rival Fantasy. You sign up. That's right. JoinRival.com/alarm. JoinRival.com/alarm. You sign up. New user, up to $200 deposit match. And that's not all, my fellow ranters. Your first play free.
Hell yeah!
And you get to play bingo cards. $1 a card. $1 a card. I got mine for tonight. I went to the Fantasy Alarm DFS playbook to see who they had in their playbooks to help me fill out my card. And it's the easiest thing you could do, right? Go to Fantasy Alarm, best in the business. Start a free 7-day trial. Get the DFS playbook for MLB. Boom. There's the players to play. Garrett Cole, Spencer Strider, Freddie Peralta, Corey Seager, Matt Olson, Aaron Judge, Adolis Garcia, Bobby Witt Jr. Now, this one wasn't in the playbook, but he's a favorite of mine for personal reasons, I guess. But Stephen Kwan to fill out my bingo card. Those games are going on right now, so we'll walk you through it the rest of the night. It's joinrival.com/alarm. Get your $200. You don't want to pay $200? That's fine. Put in $50. You get 50 back. You just want to try it out? Put in 10. Get 10 bingo cards. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. Had Neil on from Rival last week. Blast. Great people over there doing good things, and I can't wait for this season-long fantasy to be live so we can play here on Monday Night Rants. So we'll check in on that as the night goes on. The NFL Top 100 list is being announced right now. And well, it has been announced for the last few weeks, but the top 10 is being announced right now. And I got to tell you, a 2-hour show for 10 people being announced to the top 10 list, it's worse than the NFL draft as far as excruciating pain. And number 8 will be commercial. It's already half an hour in. But everyone loves rankings, top 100. Already a little bit of controversy, I guess you could say. Josh Allen was number 8 overall. You still got Burrow. You still got Hurts. You still got Mahomes. Is Josh Allen the 4th best quarterback? By the way, this is voted on by the players. And also Josh Jacobs was the number 1 running back in the top 100. Ugh. Unless some running back I've never heard of gets announced to the top 10, which is unlikely. So we'll follow along with that as well. Heavy T, if you see any crazy top 10 picks that we don't, if Mahomes is number 1, I don't need it. We know. But if you see anything crazy, let us know here. We can let everyone know live as they're announcing the top 10 picks in the NFL Top 100. All right. We got a lot of show, like I told you. A lot of guests, lots of fun, lots of laughs, and a dad joke or 2. Or 3. Or 4. Heavy T said Desmond Ridder number 1. Maybe on a bus list. But it is time for the rant lines. All right. I had to stop what I'm doing as I was working on the show over the weekend and today. Yes, we're going to talk about Jake Paul. We're going to talk about some other fights that happened over the weekend, or not boxing or MMA. And we're going to talk about, a few of the things in the NFL that I found funny or interesting, as you will. But the number one thing that's going on right now, which is crazy, it's a little controversial, people. So let's not all get all, woo. I'm not talking about the U.S. women's soccer team. No. The Orioles announcer that got suspended from calling games, he said this, and this is what got him suspended. Heavy T, you got that up and ready?
Has been maybe the toughest ballpark to play in, but the Orioles have a chance to do something special today. They've already clinched at least a split in the series, winning 2 of the first 3, and they could pick up a series win behind Tyler Wells today. It's been a minute. The Orioles split a 2-gamer with the Rays in June. They had lost their last 15 series here at Tropicana Field. You have to go back to when our now colleague Brad Brock picked up the win in the series finale, June 25th, 2017, the last time the Orioles won a series here at St. Pete. Already got 3-2 at the Trop this year after winning 3 of 18 the previous 3 years combined. It is a stark difference, Ben, and it is not a bad Rays team. It's not like all of a sudden the Rays became slouches in the American League East. They've led this division every day, but now 2, and the Orioles once again are back alone in first place.
Were you waiting for it? Because I was. He got suspended for that. Now, I know I jinked the Rays on this show, and they have been terrible ever since I did. Not good. I'm trying to think what got him suspended. And the only thing that comes to my mind is he said that they were slouches. Slouches. Look it up. It means lazy. Okay. We're all slouches from time to time. I was a slouch on Sunday morning. What is this? It's ridiculous. The dude just talked about how terrible his team has been in Tropicana Field for like 7 years. He's excited his team is finally winning. A little negative comment about the Rays and he gets suspended? He talked more negativity on his own team in that clip about how bad they've been. I can't. It's getting ridiculous. Come on. And by the way, the announcers that you hire to be these teams' announcers, they're fans of the team. They're there with the team every day. They know the players. They like the team that they call for. That's why everyone says they're all biased. Have you heard the Giants announcers? The Giants announcers have said way worse things than what he just said yesterday. Unfortunately, where I live, I have to hear the Giants announcers every time the Padres play it. Come on now. But it got worse. What are we doing, the Michael K? Look what Michael K had to say after that.
True. And if it is true, and I'm going to choose to believe it's true, they should be ashamed of themselves because not only was what Kevin said in the Oriole notes that night, but it was on a graphic, which means that it was planned. So if you're going to be so thin-skinned to suspend Kevin Brown, then you have to suspend the entire Oriole truck, the producer, director, graphics. You have to suspend all of them because they're all complicit in this. And if John Angelos, the owner of the Orioles, didn't like that, then he's thin-skinned, he's unreasonable, and he should actually get a call from Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, because it's unconscionable that you would actually suspend a really good broadcaster.
We get it. It's garbage. He's right. The whole team, it was on the notes. He was reading a teleprompter pretty much and got suspended anyways because get out of here with that. It's not bad. It's okay to have some fun. Negativity in sports is there. Good negativity, positive negativity. He's excited his team is finally beating the Rays, who's dominating them for years. Ugh, it just boggles my mind where we've gone, what we've gone through. A lot of them make sense. A lot of announcers make sense. They say the wrong thing. I get it. This one absolutely fuses me, lights my head on fire, and watch me explode. I'm getting redder as we speak. Heavy T, is there another clip from somebody who agrees with me? He says 1 sec. So we'll show you another clip of someone who agrees with me, how ridiculous and just, I want to say, irresponsible this is. I guess they're in the news, but not for the right reasons. The Orioles should be in the news because they were number one on a few people's rankings today. That's where the Orioles should be in the news. This is live.
Well, we were just in Baltimore watching a resurgent Orioles team that has really gotten the attention of the fans there. They're a young team. They're fun to watch. They're in first place in the American League East. They are just having a great season. And in the midst of that today, the Baltimore Orioles organization draped itself in utter humiliation with their treatment of one of their young broadcasters, a guy named Kevin Brown, who is one of the great young talents in broadcasting in this game. That's line to center field. And Bellinger makes the catch, 1 out. During a recent game at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Kevin, during
Right, we
his
know what he
opening,
said. We
talked about how the...
We know what he said. People are good for them. Let's stick up for Kevin Brown. By the way, great baseball name. Stick up for the man. He did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Said nothing wrong. You want your announcers to be excited about your teams. That's why you hire them. So, Kevin Brown, much love to you. Keep on doing what you're doing, man. Be ecstatic about your team. Own it. We're going to it more? Okay, here's another one. Screw it. Here we go.
You know, they're done with the Orioles for the year, the team in first place in the AL East, but they actually played Baltimore pretty well. They were 6-7 against the Orioles this year, so they lost 7 times, but they did beat Baltimore 6 times, which I hope I don't get suspended by the Orioles for saying that.
Okay. Save the best for last, I guess. That is absolutely hilarious. I didn't see Heavy T. I love you, man. That one was not on the show notes. That was hilarious. That's funny. Now every time I say something controversial, I'm going to say, I hope I don't get suspended by the Baltimore Ravens. They just created themselves a negative meme. That's so stupid. All right. Ugh. All right. Moving on because we're running out of time already. But that was today in news, and people have been talking about it all day, even in games, as you can see. So wanted to let you know what I thought about it. Stupid. You should think it's stupid too. I'm not a slouch about it. All right. Speaking of no slouch, I was not gonna lie. The whole Jake Paul thing for me, I think, is WWE, if you will. All the way through. Yeah, he knocked out Nate Robinson, fighting all these has-beens from the MMA who are never good fighters or boxers. Finally lost to an actual brother of a boxer. By decision. It's finally time. Finally, he's going to go on a downfall. I'm going to admit the Jake Paul versus Nick Diaz fight was very, very entertaining over the weekend. I enjoyed it. I bet on Nick Diaz only because I know it's hard to take Nick Diaz down. He is a man who's taken some of the best MMA fighters down multiple times, including Conor McGregor. Nick is an incredible UFC fighter. But Jake Paul looked like he's trained knowing he was facing an incredible UFC fighter. He looked good. He was throwing jabs. He was blocking. Now, remember, this is amateur boxing. If he's going to go fight, I don't know, Crawford, Jake Paul's getting his ass kicked. Let's be real. Not even close. But the fight was entertaining. Diaz was entertaining. He got knocked down. And it was real. That was one of the first times watching these Jake Paul money grab fights that I felt it was real. So, shout out to Jake Paul. Diaz, Jake Paul saying he wants to go into the MMA and fight Diaz, maybe the PFL, which is the PFL is it's on Friday nights. If you watch it, it's unwatchable. It's bad. Why? What is Francis Ngannou doing? Except for doing his own money grab fight to fight Fury, which I will probably pay for and watch because I'm a slouch. But kudos to Jake Paul for putting some stuff together. And actually, for once, for the first time, actually looking like a real fighter, if you will. Speaking of fighting, I don't know if you saw this over the weekend. I'm sure you have. But Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson got into a little scuffle-a-doo, if you will. And here's how it looked.
Here it comes. A swing and a smash to first by the diving Vaughn. Down the right field line. Kicks into the corner. Ramirez on his way to second. Head first slide. Safe and in to score is Jimenez. And another hustle double. right over the bag at first. Now Hosey and Anderson square off. They're fighting. They're swinging. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson.
The best part about that video is him doing the down goes Frazier. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson. They boxed up. That was like, let's go. Now suspensions were announced today. You'd be a little surprised from that, by the way. That's too good. What the suspensions were. You would think, well, obviously more suspended games would go towards Jose Ramirez because he kind of had a little temper tantrum after he was standing over him. Well, guess what? Tim Anderson, 6 games. Jose Ramirez, 3. Of course, this has to go through the whole debacle of players associated, but appealing and all that whatnot. But how is the 6 games justified to the 3? Tim Anderson got knocked out his butt. And it was literally, well, besides him staying over the top of it, but Jose Ramirez who put his finger in his face and provoked it. So I don't agree with the suspension. I thought it should have been equal. But, you know, Tim Anderson kind of went through one yesterday on his Twitter. And I mean, went through one. Here are the chain of tweets he posted after this video and everyone talking about him getting knocked down by Jose Ramirez. Do you want to show those tweets, Heavy T, or? Oh, he said Anderson dropped the glove first. Okay, it's fine. I'll read him. So here's his tangent. He went on. First, by the way, he had it tweeted for 2 months before this. Y'all know this is happening for a reason. That's it. 5 minutes later. We stay in focus with this. Shh. 5 minutes later. Been going through this for a minute. 5 minutes later. Keep kicking me while I'm down. 5 minutes later. A lot of MF would be switching up to #fake shh. And his final tweet before he quit. No, wait, there's more. Jesus. Y'all got me effed up. For real. Hope you're picking up what I'm putting down too. And then the last tweet was the picture bigger. What? He had a temper tantrum about him being famous for getting knocked down by Ramirez and and dropping his glove and stepping up to him on Twitter, a tirade that makes 0 sense. It's like he was arguing with himself for an hour about this. It happened. Put it behind you. Odor did. Jeez. And then it came out later today, and I gotta hurry up, but it's fun. Apparently, the game that Yasmani Grandal did not play before the All-Star game, he was sent home because he, and I kid you not, slapped Tim Anderson in the face in the clubhouse. Slapped him right in the face. Tim Anderson said, F him. If he doesn't want to be here, I'll pay for his flight when they were arguing. Grandal just walked right over to him while he was in the tub and slapped him across the face and left. Maybe Tim Anderson's a problem. And we all know he can't put his money where his mouth is either now. So, there you go. All right, going to some football here. Some football news before we go to break, before Rants on the Street. A lot to talk about. A lot of fun news today happened. Really until more preseason games start coming out. We really have those dreaded training camp videos that, geez. My favorite one today was a Zeet, if you will, of everyone showing a video of Dak Prescott throwing the ball and his receiver missing it. And all this negative about Dak Prescott, all preseason and training camp videos negative. Look how beautiful this throw was. But his receiver just dropped the ball. One-on-one coverage, by the way. Okay. Like, what are you trying to prove? Get out of here with that. training camp videos are stupid. Don't believe them. Wait till you see preseason and wait till the season starts. Know your stats. Know what the players have done in previous seasons. And all that information you can get at fansalarm.com, by the way. There you go. All right. CJ Stroud will start on Thursday for the Texans. Good news there, or bad news, depending on how you feel about preseason. But it's good to see him, with rookie quarterbacks, it's good to not just throw them straight in the fire. Get some preseason under the belt, see, just used to the NFL game in general because it's a lot faster and hits a lot harder. College. And Bryce Young will be doing the same for the Panthers. So shout out to them. Haven't heard about Will Levis. Don't know. Well, Will Levis will probably play, probably not start, or maybe he will start. Tannehill. But I haven't heard about Anthony Richardson, but assume he would start because they have no other quarterbacks on that team. So there you go. This was fun. George Pickens today picked his top 5 receivers ever in the NFL. George Pickens, the Steelers receiver. I'll also ask Thomas Stevens about this. Here's what he did. It makes sense for a while, and then it goes out the rail. He said, Calvin Johnson, okay, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, duh. Then it goes, Julio Jones, okay, I can see it. Michael Crabtree, that's right, Michael Crabtree. Insert your Richard Sherman memes here. Michael Crabtree. George Pickens is idolizing Michael Crabtree as his top 5 receiver in the NFL. That is silly. Absolutely silly. Silly. Michael Crabtree played from 2009 to 2019. So 11 years in the NFL. Right? Okay. He has only went over 1,000 yards in that 11 years. Twice. And not by much. 1,100 and 1,003. That is it. The dude has never caught more than 10 touchdowns in a season. Michael Crabtree. Never. In his entire career. And his catch rate percentage? Ooh. Not good. 59%. It's terrible. Michael Crabtree. Crabtree. Don't be talking to me, Crabtree. I thought that was kind of fun for Pickens. Now I'm not touching Pickens on my fantasy teams. If he idolizes Michael Crabtree, he'd be dropping balls. Thought that was funny today. Speaking of Crabtree, though, and Richard Sherman has replaced Shannon Sharp on Undisputed, which is going to be very intriguing and interesting. Now, that show drives me crazy already. It's kind of like my show, but with me and somebody else, me yelling at each other for an hour. Now, it's not a full-time replacement, as Heavy T points out. I know, but he's going to, it's a trial run. It's going to be a trial run. That's what they're calling it. He said 50 to 100 shows, mostly during football season. Okay. If it goes well and the ratings go well, are they not going to hire him full-time? There you go. It's an experimentation there on Undisputed. This was fun. I don't know if you saw this Carson Wentz tweet today. He's trying to get an NFL team because he doesn't have any. I don't know. Heavy T, did you pull this tweet or no? I don't know if he did or not. But he's literally on Twitter wearing a Philadelphia Eagles helmet, a Washington Commanders, football team, jersey, and Colts pants. Like a weirdo. And he's throwing a football in his backyard. Sign me. Or not. Good luck next year. Carson Wentz, heard the XFL is hiring. All right. I do have one other thing here, but I'm going to save that till next week. This would be a lot of fun. It's, which team has the most quarterback starters ever? You'd be surprised at some of these teams on this list, by the way. It's pretty ridiculous. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a break, quick little break. DMX Breeze. And when we come back, what we'll do is hopefully I calm down from my Orioles rant because I'm still red. Maybe I'll calm down from my Tim Anderson rant himself. Or maybe we could talk to Thomas Stevens about George Pickens choosing Michael Crabtree in his top 5 receivers of all time. This is so stupid. Regardless, after the break, it's everyone's favorite segment until we get to Heavy T's new game. But Rants on the Street, Thomas Stevens, after the break.
I feel like this is a quietly contentious point in Dynasty Fantasy Football, what it means to actually be rebuilding. Some people say you should never truly be rebuilding. How do you view the rebuilding versus competing dichotomy in Dynasty?
So I will be the first person to acknowledge that my preferred format of fantasy football is just redraft. The years that I have played Dynasty, it has been I've drafted a win now team because I've seen people that have just gotten into the cycle of rebuilding and thus they just don't make any progress. So if you're rebuilding for the 5th year in a row, I just, I don't know exactly how you get out of it, but yeah, it's definitely something that can happen. And a lot of people, especially when we come out of the NFL draft, everyone's just instantly shipping off, draft picks and everything. So, I mean, it's definitely something that can happen.
Joey, do you feel similarly to it? Do you feel like you see people getting stuck in the rebuilding loop?
I mean, I would say people that try to rebuild in the beginning of seasons, of their fantasy seasons, I see them get stuck in that rut. I would really try to only ever rebuild if I knew I was going to miss the playoffs. Like, I'm always trying to play to win, even if it's maybe I don't know.
I think my big thing is the word rebuild is a much shorter time frame than I think most people say it should be. Like, they look at rebuild as like 3 years out competing. Rebuild, you're looking to compete next season. You know what I mean? Like, if you're doing it now, you're looking to revamp, and maybe there's a 1 season where you ship it off, but that very next season you should be competing. If you're doing it like that, I'm cool with it, but you gotta have a plan, not just keep getting the young players, keep getting the draft picks. Otherwise, you end up like Tim. Maybe not like Tim who gets a bye, but you make the playoffs, you're in that like 4 to 6 range every year, just hovering in the middle. Nothing ever gets better, nothing ever gets worse.
I think I play like you in Dynasty, Simon. I play in 3-year windows.
100%. That's my go-to. And with the rate at which Dynasty leagues turn over, you should really only ever play in a 3-year window.
Let's get it on.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Monday Night Rants, where DMX will live on for eternity. My friend, Thomas Stevens, at Petter Thomas. Did you hear the rant lines where literally I wasn't going to talk about the Orioles thing that much and turned out being a 20-minute yelling? Just yelling at people?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, I was laughing.
You're not a slouch, are you, Thomas Stevens?
No.
That was the harshest word he said. The whole thing. Slouch.
Mm-hmm. Slouch. Yeah.
I got family members who are slouches. They know it. They'll call themselves that. That's off rail. We're already off the rail. We just started.
So we do.
Yeah.
We do.
Did you see? Obviously, we'll go quickly into the Jake Paul stuff. I talked about earlier too, but how do you feel about George Pickens on your team talking about Michael Crabtree being one of the top 5?
Yeah, I started laughing right before the break when you said it, dude. I'm like, I don't even know how to give a response. The first 4, I'm like, okay, all right.
Even Julio Jones, like, okay,
yeah, I'm like, I'll allow it. Prime Julio, whatever. And then he threw in the Michael Crabtree, and I was astonished. It was like Brandon Miller saying Paul George is his GOAT. You know what I mean?
Michael Crabtree.
Yeah, dude. I was just. I think all these players, they're looking for views, maybe, and that's maybe why they're throwing Michael Crabtree in there. So they know it's going to go viral.
He definitely got some memes, so I'll tell you that.
Exactly. Other than that,
and by the way, poor Crabtree is sitting there going, I'll check my Twitter timeline today, and just bombarded with Richard Sherman memes on it. Going, oh, we got to relive that again? Thank you, George Pickens.
And Talib, Talib snatching the chain.
Hey, our boy Peter Bartowski in the chat. What's going on, Peter? How's that African acapella practice going, man? You got to come on. Dude, I am looking for a new theme song.
Okay.
A new opening song here.
Huh?
A new opening song when the show starts because I can't do DMX anymore. I can still, do this. Pete.
Bring it on.
My man.
We need it.
Acapella, baby. Bring it in. Record yourself. Man. Make a song for Monday Night Rants intro. Bring the whole choir. Bring the whole African choir on. Let's do it. Let's make
it happen.
Make magic. Let's make magic. That'll be a lot of fun. Oh my God, would that be the greatest thing? I'd retire.
We'll call it quits. Pete gets an acapella song, and here we'll call it quits.
I love it. Oh, he needs to reunite the choir. Yes, I know Heavy T right now is hoping that it happens. So I am really excited. We could do this, and then we could do a remix.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
a lot of pathways we can go with this, Pete.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be incredible. Only here on Monday Night Rants on the Better Sports Network at Better Network. What is Heavy T just came on the camera wearing a giant hat? I don't know what's going on here. We're supposed to be doing Rants on the Street, Heavy T. All right. We'll save that for later. Are you excited after Rants on the Street to play his new game show that I have no idea how it's going to go and what's going to happen?
Exactly. That's why I'm interested.
And we're also bringing on Matt Selz from Fantasy Alarm, and our own Adam Bernard is going to help us out in this as well. To the debut of Make the Cut. Tyler Heavy T Soto's Make the Cut.
I'm interested.
And NBC is going to pick this up soon. I know it. It's going to be that good. Yeah. I hope he has like a Bob Barker microphone and the whole ordeal. I want the whole ordeal here for this. This is going to be incredible. Absolutely insane. All right. Now, I didn't talk about NBA at all in my rant lines because we're in off season. I have a feeling there's going to be NBA questions for this.
Of course.
Hopefully some NFL. Hopefully no Women's World Cup.
Yeah, let's just veer off that topic.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That kind of escalated and went down quickly, huh? All right, here we go. First question. What do we got here? What is it? Is it NFL, NBA?
We are in the NBA for a couple of them.
By the way, last week was so good. Come on, people. Let's...
I know that I think this week's good too. It's gonna be hard to beat last week, but it's good. First question. It's interesting. So if me and you were a GM, that's what they want to know, and we get to pick between two players, LaMelo Ball or Darius Garland. Who are you starting? Who's going to be your starting point guard if you had LaMelo Ball or Darius Garland?
I had to choose between those two.
Yeah, to start a franchise at a point guard position.
They're both injury prone. I would take LaMelo because when they're both healthy, Garland's a really good player
for sure.
But he kind of start being like, I'm the only guy that can play this right now position on the team that I'm on. And LaMelo Ball was a high drafted prospect and could ball and could change the team, right? Where Garland's more of a scorer. He has his assists, he's kind of a floor general as well. But I would say LaMelo. I think LaMelo is the best of all the ball. Well, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Yeah, I agree. It is a hard one though.
It's an interesting question though, because it makes me think. Why put Garland in there? And then thinking back, oh yeah, he actually for the Cavs had really good years when he was healthy. Like being the only good player on that team. Yeah,
exactly.
So
it's tough though. It's tough. I do give a little reach to LaMelo Ball. I just think that when LaMelo's on the floor, that Charlotte team is substantially better. It's insane. They improve. Yeah.
The truth here on Monday Night Rants. That hurts sometimes.
It's all we drop. It's the truth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I will go LaMelo. I think LaMelo does more on the floor, and I think he does more with less talent around him. And so that kind of gives me a reason to go LaMelo Ball. But if I got Darius Garland as a GM, I'd be damn happy too. So either one, but I do got to go LaMelo Ball for sure.
Okay. Both agree. What's the next?
Let's see. Give him some internet
Hopefully
problems.
A good one.
There we go. All right. Okay. This is pretty straightforward. Who's your most overrated player in the NBA? Drop it.
Kyrie.
Okay.
I understand he's a good pure shooter. I understand that. But everywhere he goes, he has issues. He has problems. He has injuries. And yeah, he has his games, but I don't feel like the hype for him is as good as what he actually puts on the court. And never has. I just always feel like he just never has those moments where he steps up and does anything. Even when he was on playoff runs, he wasn't even great. Like,
yeah, for sure.
He wasn't even the best player on the court. Like, I just always felt like he was the most overrated guy ever. And his name and his legacy and everything just... He's totally overrated, man. He really is.
For sure, yeah.
He's not even that great. He's a superstar because we made him a superstar. But looking at his stats, there's 20 other people that are better than him in the NBA right now and have been.
For sure. I think people just jump on his train because of, the style of play and, like the handles and everything like that. And people who are
defense.
Exactly. And he's not a
his
team
shoes
player.
Suck. Sorry, Nike. His shoes suck. They're ugly.
His shoes do suck. Yeah, I've never really been a Kyrie shoe guy, but that's an interesting answer. I like that. I think that's something not a lot of people would come out and say, and it needs to be said.
Monday Night Rants.
In facts, exactly. My answer though is pretty simple, and I'm gonna go surface level answer here. I'm gonna go
LeBron James. Yeah, we know.
Shut the hell up. I it's funny because when you were hesitating, I was like, if he says Anthony Davis right now.
He's actually really good when he's on the court healthy.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I am gonna go.
His contract is terrible, but
I think Wemby is extremely overrated, and I think
he hasn't even played yet though.
And that's my reasoning why. That's my reasoning why. I think that let me just go to video game world, right? On 2K right now, this guy is ranked higher than a lot of NBA players who have proven themselves on the NBA floor. That's just for starters. And then on top of that, like I see these a lot of TikTok videos of people, Wembanyama or this player or this player or this player, and they're taking Wemby over them. And I understand it because of the hype and the 7-4 and everything like that. But this guy could be one of the biggest busts we've ever seen in NBA history. You know what I mean? And so that is my surface level answer, honestly, is
Greg Oden status.
Exactly. Anthony Bennett status. That's you know what I mean?
Name. Real quick, Heavy T, what's your grade on NBA 2K? We know how you feel about Madden. I want to know what his grade is on NBA 2K. All right.
Mid.
Okay.
Yeah,
mid. Yeah. He's prepping for his big debut here coming up. So
I know we got to stop
leave
talking
him
about
alone.
He's focused.
Yeah. I like that, but at the same time, I like to see him play.
Yeah, for sure.
Before I would put that overrated part on him, and plus, it was such a weak draft year that he was over and above everybody. That he's going to get that right. The NBA, the media had to do something with this draft year because it's bad.
For sure. I mean,
Pete's a Blazers fan. What?
He is?
They exist?
Pete, man, I feel for you.
Oh, great going. I'm sorry. Hey, Brandon Roy, man, that guy was a baller. If he didn't get hurt, he would have been one of the best players in NBA history. 100%. Man, he was Brandon so good.
Roy was a
I watched him put up 50, shooting the ball from the logo when he was healthy. So shout out to him, and shout out to Pete for being a Blazers fan, man. That's crazy. I know they exist.
Yeah, Brandon Roy was a prime 2 guard before his time.
Oh God, dude, before his time. Yeah, just injuries killed him.
Well, Pete, man, I hope Scoot Henderson works out for you guys. I will say that. I like the draft pick.
Blazers and Mariners. Ooh.
That's interesting.
I don't feel as bad as being a Clippers Padres fan now. I like the Mariners though. Like when I was young, I mean Griffey, A-Rod, Buhner, Edgar Martinez, Randy Johnson. That team was incredible. Alex Cora, it just sucked that they couldn't just get it together in the playoffs, man. Because that team was
a lot of talent,
unreal. Yeah, and Griffey is still one of my favorite baseball players of all time, besides Gwynn.
Griffey's one of my favorite athletes of all time. Period.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's a legend. And the Mariners will always have that. Is everybody from our generation will always remember Ken Griffey.
Ken Griffey Jr. John
Olerud. Yeah.
All right. Number 3, staying in the NBA. This is our last NBA question, so let's make it a good one here. Who is your best interior defender in the NBA
right now?
Yeah, right now.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, an easy answer for sure.
Yeah, he dominated the interior against anybody that went up when he was healthy, but he led the league in blocks by a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even close. And he has a chance to maybe I mean, okay, we consider Ben Wallace one of the best interior NBA players of all time, right? In the new era of basketball, we're not talking about, the 30s and the 40s where once some guy who was 7 foot could just go, all right, guys, shoot the ball. Looking like Robin Williams and Jack playing basketball.
Against the mailman and fireman.
Yeah. By the way, that Robin Williams and Jack reference, awesome. Check it out later. Give it a Goog later. Trust me, it's funny. Also, great movie.
For
sure. But he has a chance to not only do what Ben Wallace did, but put up offensive numbers too that Ben Wallace couldn't. And that's why I like him a lot. And I think it's no brainer that he is right now currently the best interior defender.
Yeah. I think stats don't lie. You know what I mean? And just watching the games too. Even in the series against the Lakers, like it was just his interior defense. That was all Memphis. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was amazing. It was absolutely perfection. I think he's definitely my number one easy answer. I would like to throw, when healthy, man, Anthony Davis with 50 blocks in the postseason. Anthony Davis is always up there.
He's up there.
But yeah, no, just off a full season of what Jaren Jackson just did, he's Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He, in my opinion, 100% is the best interior defense in the NBA for sure.
You got Bam. Bam's up there.
Bam's up there for sure. Brooke Lopez also is up there too.
Oh man,
right, which is surprising, dude. Like,
shout out to the Lopez twins who are from Fresno, where I live, by the way.
Hey, Robin, man, I love Robin's little
Sideshow Bob.
Yes, Sideshow Bob.
I'm full of 90s references to today, baby. Let's go.
You gotta love Rob always having beef with the mascots too.
Everyone here is just watching this, just say, hurry up so we get to Heavy T's game show already.
All right, number 4, we'll switch gears completely. We got back-to-back NFL questions, so just to get you prepared. First one, I love this question. I did not ask this question. Somebody else did, I promise you. But I love it.
Steelers, isn't it?
Exactly, baby.
Yes, George Pickett's pick Crabtree is the number 5.
No. Thank God nobody asked me that question besides you. I knew you were coming too. I knew you were coming with that. Number 4, are the Steelers completely underrated this upcoming season?
Yeah, they are kind of. I mean, you got one of the best head coaches in the NFL. Tomlin, not even close. I mean, like up until last year, what did they over 500 every year, make the playoffs every year?
Yeah. They went over 500 last year too.
And like I've been saying, and I even told this to Neil last week, like people are drafting George Pickens, people are drafting Deontay Johnson, they're drafting Freiermuth, even Allen Robinson's being drafted.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not like Kenny Pickett? You have to. If like
someone's throwing them the ball.
Yeah, Najee Harris, like you still use a real fullback.
Yeah.
There's not many teams left that use a real fullback. And the defense is always good, like always enough to keep them in it. I just, I think they're better than the Browns. The Ravens, we really don't know. Man, they blew a lot of leads last year.
Yeah.
Not unlike any Harbaugh Ravens team we've seen in a long time. And they didn't do really much to fix it really in the offseason either. Except, obviously, I know Lamar's coming back. Lamar doesn't play defense, people.
Exactly. The question is, how many games can Lamar stay on the field?
I think he'll be okay. I think that.
I hope he is.
But I think really the Steelers can make some noise. If they go 3-3 in their division, having that
definitely possible
3rd place schedule.
Yeah.
They could sneak in if the Jets falter and Miami isn't as good as everyone thinks, which they could easily. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami's just not good.
For sure. Yeah.
Just, and they get what Chargers and Chiefs and Broncos falter, and only one team's coming out of the South. Let's be real. And so they are underrated.
For sure. Yeah. No, I'm glad, I love the answer. One thing that I do want to point out that I've actually been seeing a lot of, and I think it's true, is, everybody's on this Detroit Lions hype train. And I'm with it, and I am too, honestly. I'm on the hype train as well. But if you look at what the Steelers did last year, in the last 7 games, the Lions went 5-2. We went 6-1. The one loss was without Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett started the game, but then he got hurt or whatever, So just off that right there, I don't understand why we're not in the same discussion as the Lions are. You know what I mean? Because we had the same record as them.
It's the division.
For sure, 100%. But like the first game of the year, like the NFL because of the hype train, gives the Lions opening day against the Chiefs. You know what I mean? And I don't see why the Steelers do not get the same love as the Lions kind of got. And I think it's because we're so young, and I don't think that they expect us to make a huge second-year leap. But looking at the stats and looking at what the last 7 games were, I mean, we were a better team. So it'll be interesting. But underrated, though, I do think we are, for sure. I think the Steelers will turn a lot of heads. I do think Kenny Pickett, if Kenny Pickett didn't have the weapons that he does around him, I wouldn't be hyping him up too much right now. But it is hard to fail in that system with, weapons absolutely all around you. Even Darnell Washington, we haven't seen him play at all. But for a second tight end to Freiermuth, the guy looks insane during training camp. I don't see a lot of ways to fail, in this offense besides Matt frickin' Canada. That's it. But
you just took the words out of my mouth. I was just like, I was waiting till you're done so I can say, well, there's Matt Canada.
There's Matt Canada. Yeah, that man is on the biggest hot seat I think I've ever seen an offense coordinator.
Yeah, but Mike Tomlin's not going to sit there and allow that to happen for very long. So, at least you have the head coach that could be like, okay, dude, hey, go back north.
Yeah. I also want to say too, dude, Calvin Austin. I think the Steelers are very jet sweep heavy. They run a lot of jet sweeps, man. And Calvin Austin can be a very dominant force on jet sweep. He is fast, man.
We talking a sleeper here, huh? Calvin
for
Austin.
Sure, a sleeper, 100%. A slot receiver too. I know Allen Robinson will play that slot position.
We don't say that name here.
Yeah, Blank will play that slot position. But
I said his name earlier.
Calvin Austin can be very solid in this offense for sure. But I don't want to keep going on.
Over under of 3 games played by Allen Robinson. I'm taking the under, people.
I was about to say I'll hammer the under. I'll put Calvin Austin at slot and hammer the under.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Number 5. Who is my team and your team's most valuable non-quarterback on our team?
So it's like for the Chargers?
Chargers and Steelers, they want to know who our most valuable player is that's not a quarterback.
When healthy, Derwin James is the best safety in the league, and it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
He can change an entire defense around him.
Mm-hmm.
He can cover Travis Kelce. He can also cover your fastest wide receiver at the safety position.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He has full control over that defense. I think he is the most important part of the team when he's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows when he's on the field. The defense gives up it's almost like 10 less points a game when he's healthy. Mm-hmm. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Although how many times has he played with Bosa healthy and JC Jackson missed like all of last year, and he has issues off the field too. So it's like and Khalil Mack, but when that first game of the season is going to be something when they're all healthy and out there, you're going to see a full and that defense is going to be run by Derwin James.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a coach in the NFL, a defensive coach,
defensive coordinator or something.
Yeah. He is just his defensive intelligence is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a great answer, man.
The smart answer, Keenan Allen.
Yeah, but I think
Keenan Allen, when he was healthy last year, led per game played. He was the PPR number 1 last year.
Mm-hmm.
He played 5 games, but hey, it has to be Derwin James.
Yeah, for sure. I don't see why that's a bad answer at all, man. Derwin James is a beast. One thing I always look at safeties too is, especially at a strong safety position, when you can drop down and play a linebacker position and stuff the run and be a big part of stuffing the run. That's kind of what I look at, and Derwin James is that guy for sure.
There was a play last year, I think it was in the week 2 on a Thursday night game where he was in, and he came up to the blitz, and Pat Mahomes called out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Called out of it like, oh crap, here comes James. And when he called the snap or the play to Derwin James, went up and man-on-man covered Kelce and went up and slapped the ball from being thrown. Mahomes read it, think, okay, he's gonna blitz. He didn't. It was a fake blitz.
Fake blitz.
Then he man-on-man Kelce and went beak.
Nice to do, dude. Kelsey's fast and a big boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember when Derwin slammed him last year?
And that was in the same game, And then he went all Roman Reigns on him later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was in the same game. So
I like the answer for sure.
And there's a reason why when James is out there every time, the Chargers, besides the Bengals, are like one of the only 2 teams that can really play I did it. Yes, Roman Reigns. I know. I did it. You're not rubbing off on me, MVT. One of the only two teams, the Chargers, really play the Chiefs close and hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Almost every game.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you have offense that can match the Kansas City Chiefs. That's how you get.
And Derwin James is the one safety in the league that can cover Travis Kelce.
For sure. Mine, I'll make it real quick because I know we got to get to the next segment. But mine is very easy. The numbers don't lie. It's TJ Watt for us.
Yeah.
Very simple. When we don't have TJ Watt, we lose. When we do, we win. There we go. So that's my answer, short and simple.
I wish I had a button that just said no shit. I got to make new ones, by the way.
That's the next upgrade, the no shit button.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna make that one.
Well, that's all we got. That's all we got.
Real quick, we have like 1 minute here. Jake Paul.
Oh,
Diaz. Shout out to Diaz. He tried really hard,
mm-hmm.
and he did his normal Diaz thing. But Jake Paul, for the first time, looked like an actual real boxer.
Yeah,
he's been putting in work, and I was kind of impressed. I was telling my friends who were here as we were watching, I was like, I'm tired of this like money grab show. It's all fake, but that was the first one. Well, the last one against Tommy Fury was, that was real too.
Mm-hmm.
But it just looked legit. Like he actually put in work and tried and was trying.
Yeah.
And it showed because, dude, Diaz is not an easy man to put down. Not
100%.
Ask Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not.
Uh-huh.
So I was impressed. I do think if he goes to the MMA world, he will get absolutely annihilated.
Demolished. Yeah.
But it was good to see that, and it was overall very entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. Anything that Nate Diaz.
I can't wait for Adesanya O'Malley.
Mm-hmm. Dude. Oh man, that's gonna be interesting, dude.
Oh, O'Malley just ranked up to his title fight quicker than I've seen in a while. Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be a bloodbath one way, but it's going to be a fun fight. So
I think O'Malley gets his ass kicked, man.
All right, well, let's take a break.
For sure.
When we come back from the break, we are debuting Heavy Tees. He is so excited for this. He is going to be Bob Barker of Monday Night Rants. He has a game show in store for me, for you, for Adam Bernard, and Matt Selz. I don't know what's going to happen. It could go off the rails. It could be hijinks. Could be fun. Laughs, probably. But after this break, Heavy Tees game show. I already forgot what it's called. Make the cut on Monday Night Rants.
Oh, man.
See you then.
Breece Hall right now, and I've talked to plenty of high-stakes players, I'm sure you have too, Kev. Had Hall not torn his ACL last year, he might have been the 101 in drafts this year. That's how good he was looking last year, and obviously with the addition of Aaron Rodgers. At the 305, running back 11 behind Derrick Henry and Ramondre Stevenson, right ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs and Najee Harris. Your thoughts on him as a mid-third round pick? How have you been attacking him? Have you been getting him at that spot so far this year?
Yeah, if I start out with two wide receivers, Breece Hall is right at the top of the queue coming into the third. If I knew he'd be healthy for week one, I was still a little.
Well, he'd be going higher than the mid third.
Right. He may go 101. Well, RB1 at least.
Yeah.
But I don't think we know that even if he's healthy in spring and the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I still like if I'm running a team, if I'm the coach, I'm bringing him back slow. Like he's on a pitch count. Like I want him for the end of the season because I got Aaron Rodgers for the playoffs, right? Like even if he's fully healthy, I would work him in slow. But that is actually what you want. Like he's still going to get the high value touches. So yeah, if we know he's healthy, he's a first rounder. So like if he's sitting there in the third, especially when I get two wide receivers to start, I'll take Hall all day.
Yeah, it almost makes you think that the uncertainty with Breece Hall has made him unfairly fall too far, right? Like because we're talking about the team here in June. They're still hoping that he's ready for week one. This is not, oh, we'll see what happens. Oh, we're taking it day by day. Oh, we're liking how he's coming along. No, they still think by week one. And the fact that we have that timeline, I think, maybe bumps him up, especially as the drafting season gets deeper and deeper here in July and August. Maybe we start seeing him go up the boards as well.
everybody. Welcome back to Heavy Tees Make the Cut. What am I, Bruce Buffer? What was that?
And now
there's Matt Selz. We're all here. Adam, Matt, what is going on? My friends?
Fellas? I'm good.
Are you guys excited to try Heavy Tees' new game show right now that I have no idea what's going to happen or how it's done?
Yeah, I just hope it goes better than the what was it, the minor league mascots last
minor
time.
league mascots.
Whoa.
I forgot about that.
I missed the minor league mascots?
Yeah, you would have gotten 100%. I don't.
You would have been a ringer. You couldn't do it.
Yeah, you would have taken it by storm. I did know the Montgomery Biscuits, and I was really excited about that. So, where's the big hat? It's supposed to be wearing the big hat, the host hat.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, we will get there. We're slowly crossing the bridge. We will get there. Okay. So this game show is going to be called Make the Cut. It's debut tonight. Everybody, woo, yay! So this is how it's going to work. I am going to give you a specific category. For example, let's say Super Bowl champions. Okay. And the way this is going to work is that we'll start with Edward, then we'll go Thomas, Adam, and then Matt for the first round. You are going to give me every single Super Bowl champion one at a time. So Edward would be the first one. Thomas, you'd go after. In reverse chronological order. Okay. So for example, Edward would say, oh, the Chiefs won. Then Thomas would say, oh, well, the one before that was the Rams. And then so on and so forth. Okay. If you get one wrong, you are eliminated from this round. I will take you off and you will rejoin once the round is over. There's going to be 3 rounds. Okay. If you're the first eliminated, it is 2 points. If you're second, it's 4. If you're third, it's 6. If you're the last one standing and you give me the correct answer, it is 10 points. If you're the last one standing and the answer is incorrect, it is 6 points.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why does the first one eliminated get any points at all?
Look, man, we got to make it fair for the people, okay? Everybody gets points nowadays. It's all about participation, man.
No, I'm screwed. All right. This ought to be fun.
All right.
Well, are there like Jeopardy categories where I get to choose which one first? Or?
No, I will give you the category in a second. There are going to be 3 different categories. Like I said, one per each round. So let me just pull it up real quick. Okay.
Is anyone else scared?
I am depending on the category.
Yeah.
Exactly.
MLB prospects. That Selz go. Number one prospect.
Clearly not going to be Super Bowl winners since he just gave us half the answer.
MLB Cup winners. Adam has that one on lockdown. I'm screwed.
So what we're going to do is, first off, I'm going to take this hat and give you my game show hat. Give me 1 second, please.
Okay, here it is.
That is a nice Angels hat for what it's worth.
That is a nice Angels
actually, yes. Shout out to Lids and the Rust Belt 2.0. Great hat.
Too bad they're not playing.
Just showed a sponsor. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's my game show hat, my giant Astros cowboy hat. This thing rules.
I'm shocked it doesn't have an Oklahoma State logo on it.
You know what, dude? Not even joking. I got this at Minute Maid Park. Best $20 I've ever spent in my life. It's amazing. So
$20?
Yeah, it was only $20. That was the best part. I was like 4 beers in, so I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Here,
4 beers and 8 hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so your first category is going to be, I need you guys to give me every single Super Bowl loser in reverse chronological order.
Okay.
So starting from the most recent one, which is Super Bowl 57.
I go first?
Super Bowl loser, yes.
And if they all get it, it comes back to me?
Yeah, so if you get the first one, then Thomas gets it, and then it'll come back, yeah.
Eagles.
Okay.
Bengals.
All right, Adam.
Chiefs.
Correct. Matt.
Who the heck did the Chiefs beat in their first one? That's an excellent question.
I know this one.
So do I. Why am I blanking on this one? It wasn't the Rams, was it?
That is incorrect. So we're down to
Damn, that's brutal. You just cut him out like that.
Yep, just cut him out.
Not even like a second to respond.
We're talking prospects later. I feel bad. That's brutal.
Just
the answer
done.
is 49ers.
Correct. Also, Matt gets 2 points, but correct.
Yeah. Next one's the Rams.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
The one before that, I might be jumping one here, but the Falcons.
That is incorrect.
The answer is the Patriots.
Correct.
Falcons, right? Falcons.
We don't talk about that, but correct.
Shoot! I'm screwed. Oh my God, who do they beat? Patriots again.
We are after the Falcons. That is incorrect.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was correct.
That is incorrect.
Is it? It's not Carolina, is it?
That is correct. So that's it. So that's it. So
Let's go, baby.
Thomas.
Let's go.
So Thomas, you get the last one right. So you will get 10 points. Edward, you will get 6. So that's basically how it works.
Carolina lost to the Broncos.
Edward, by the way, I totally would have guessed New England.
I thought that was the Giants, the second one, but that was.
I had the Rams and Niners flipped.
Yeah, there you go. So, but that's a really good first round. That's basically how the game works. Not too complicated. Kind of tense when it's your turn and you realize like, oh shit, I don't know the answer.
I was more nervous about getting the right one and then knowing that if they all get it right, I am done.
Yeah, so you gotta think about it. Okay. So after the end of the first round, we have Thomas with 10, Edward with 6, Adam with 4, and Matt with 2. So for your second round, in reverse chronological order, I need you to give me every single NFL MVP.
Ooh.
In reverse chronological order.
Do I go first again?
So I'll tell you what, we'll switch it up. We'll let Thomas go first, and Edward will go second because you got second, Adam third because you were third, and Matt fourth because you were last. So.
I like that. Now I got to remember the fourth one. Great.
All right, Thomas.
Wait, who goes first? Oh, the winner.
Thomas does. Yeah, the winner will go first.
Make it, take it. Okay.
Who is the most recent
I know this one.
NFL MVP?
I don't know last year. I do know last year.
Did we lose?
Really, Thomas? Wait.
Oh, he might have froze. I thought he was thinking this entire time.
No, he's sitting really.
Oh man, he totally froze. I'm just like, damn, this dude is deep in thought and concentration.
Screenshot this. Hold on.
That's actually hilarious. That's so funny. Okay, well we'll get him back. Once we get him back, we'll do it. I'm just like, damn, dude, is it really that hard to remember the last one?
No.
Oh, that's so good. I'll tell you what. We'll do this one as an unofficial round without him because we'll still have plenty of time to add a fourth topic. So in that case, Edward, why don't you start off? This is the most recent
Patrick Mahomes.
MVP. Patrick Mahomes is correct. Adam.
I hope he does it again this year. Aaron Rodgers.
Correct. Matt.
I'm going to go with Patty Mahomes again.
That is incorrect. Edward.
Aaron Rodgers.
It is Aaron Rodgers again. Adam.
So what year are we on now?
We are in 2019.
Ooh. Oh, I hope you get this. I don't know. Because if you get this one, I'll know the other answer because I'm mixed on these two.
Man, I'm gonna take a guess here. Has it been this long since Lamar Jackson was MVP?
That is correct. So we are now at 2018, Edward.
That was Mahomes 50 touchdowns. Mahomes.
That is correct. Adam.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm gonna guess a quarterback here at this rate because not?
Yeah, you might as well all the way until like what 2003 or whatever.
Right, 2017.
Brady? Was that his last one? Did he get one?
Tom Brady is correct.
No. Cam Newton's year. We went back to Super Bowls. The Panthers lost. Cam Newton. No. Aaron Rodgers again? Oh. Screw it. Was this the dumb Matt Ryan year?
That is correct.
Wow.
I gave you the answer to the next one then.
Yeah, you kind of did. So I'm going to just throw that name out there because I'm not sure, but let's say Camuel Newton.
That is correct. So we are now in 2014.
I'm done.
For sake of time, Peyton Manning.
Incorrect. What do you got for me, Adam?
That was going to be my guess. Maybe Brady won it again that year?
That is incorrect. It's actually Aaron Rodgers again.
Ah, okay.
So, okay. So there you go. For an unofficial round, since we lost Thomas, thought he was deep in thought. That's okay. That was way too funny. Okay, so
dude, the screenshot of you was just doing this for like a minute.
Yeah, just like this, and we're like, damn, this dude is seriously concentrating. Like, oh my god. Okay, give me 1 second.
I will admit, I was a little nervous about this game. It's actually a lot of fun. So
it's good. Right here after leaving that.
So I will have to give some credit. There is a wrestling channel I do watch that gave me the inspiration for this game. So shout out to Parts Fun Known. They're a great wrestling channel if you've never heard of them. But we will switch it up.
There's no
quick.
wrestling questions, right?
Yeah. It's all wrestling questions. So,
what is Roman Reigns?
What is Roman? That doesn't even make any sense. Anyways, so
Hated wrestler in WWE.
They've done one where it's like name every single like intercontinental champion in reverse chronological order. Like, and it's just hard as hell to do. So, real quick, we'll go over.
But what about the outer continental champions?
I'm gonna punch you in the face. All right, real quick, we will go over the scores one more time. So it's Thomas with 10, Edward with 6, Adam with 4, and Matt with 2. So we will switch up the sport real quick.
Me and Adam just battled for a full round because Thomas was thinking for 5 minutes. Nothing.
I need you to give me every single World Series champion in reverse chronological order, starting from the top with Thomas.
Okay, well, Astros.
Correct.
My next.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That what
he's caving. He's caving, everybody.
I'm caving. No way. No way I did not know this.
I'm going to give you about 10 seconds and I need an answer.
Do we have Jeopardy music?
I cannot believe I did not know this. It wasn't the Astros again, obviously. It wasn't the Dodgers year. That was the
I need an answer for sure. Is Dodgers your final answer?
Yeah, just kick me off. Swipe.
That is incorrect. Adam.
I believe that was the Braves that year.
It was the Braves, correct, as Edward just shouts in his black void.
Exactly. Monitor right there.
Matt, you are next.
2020 was the Dodgers.
That was the Dodgers, correct. Thomas.
Nationals.
That is correct. Adam.
Was that Boston?
That is correct, Matt.
2017 was the Astros because they cheated.
Correct.
that is correct, Thomas.
2016 Cubs.
Correct, Adam.
I know this because I have a lot of Met fan friends, the Royals.
Correct, Matt.
2014 was the Giants.
Correct, Thomas.
What are we at right now? 2013?
We are in 2013.
Oh man. Is it Boston?
Correct.
There we go. Nice. I'm done
Adam.
after this.
2012?
We are in 2012.
Giants.
Correct, Matt.
So now the 2011 one. So who? Cardinals?
Correct. Thomas. We are in 2010.
Giants.
Correct. Adam.
I'm going to use a visual aid for this one. I'm going to put that right there.
Oh my God, get that out of my face. Correct. Matt. We're in 2008.
2008. Phillies?
Correct. Thomas.
Red Sox.
Correct.
Yeah, I know.
Adam.
Oh, this was a really boring World Series. This was the Cardinals over the Tigers.
Correct. Matt.
2005. White Sox.
Correct. Thomas.
I'm done. I'm done. Just take my screen off.
Got it. Give me one guess. Give me one guess. You never know.
I'll go to the Yankees. I know it's wrong, though.
That is incorrect. So, Adam, 2004.
Right division, wrong side of the rivalry, Red Sox.
Yep.
That is correct. Matt.
03. Would be the Marlins.
That is correct. Adam.
I know you're going to love this answer. Not really. The Angels.
Correct, unfortunately. Matt. 2001.
2001 was the Yankees.
That is incorrect.
That was a heartbreaker. That was the Diamondbacks.
That is correct. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Well done.
It was Luis Gonzalez hitting a comebacker past Mo.
Yeah. Well done. Okay, that was a really good one. You guys went back pretty far.
Getting eliminated first and having to sit through that was excruciating.
You know how I feel.
Yeah, that was rough.
Bad, man.
I'm like, Giants every other year, like yelling at my screen, and no one can hear me.
Oh man,
it's my show.
The Giants are easy because it's even. It's
10, 12, 14.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Let me reorder real quick. And okay, we will have Thomas go first. Adam second. You are both tied with 14.
All right.
Edward and Matt, you both have 8. So we're going to go into the final round. Now, keep in mind,
NASCAR champions.
Please not.
Let's go.
Please
If we go back like 10 years, I got a chance if we do it like 10 years back.
Now, keep in mind.
That one's easy, man.
It's just like Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Edward and Matt, if you finish as the last man standing and you give me the correct answer, it is 10 points and you will win. Yeah, it is worth 10 points and you will win. No, that's just how the standings work. I mean, that's how the point system works.
No.
All right.
No. Okay.
So with that in mind, I need you to give me every single passing champion in the NFL in reverse chronological order. So
no...
QB who threw for the most yards in reverse chronological order.
Oh man.
I know who last year's is only from a quiz answer on the pub trivia on Better Cast with the Front Yard Fantasy guys. But other than that, I don't know.
All right, Thomas, what you got?
I'm lost. I'm gonna go with Mahomes, and I'm pretty sure I'm out.
That's correct.
Oh, okay. All right.
Adam, 2021.
That was Brady's last hurrah, wasn't it?
That is correct. Matt, 2020.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Oh, Jesus. Is it possible it was Mahomes again?
That is incorrect. So 2020, Edward.
I'm between two. Jesus Christ. It's Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. One of those two. Because 2020 was the shortened year, right? The
COVID year, yeah.
The COVID year, but they didn't shorten it.
Yeah, it wasn't short.
But it was. Because Drew Brees broke the record. Drew Brees?
That is incorrect. For 2020, Thomas.
It's I know these next three. It's Watson. It's 2020.
Deshaun Watson is correct.
Wow.
The other two, I know those two, and then I fall off.
2019.
I really have no idea. I'm gonna steal Ed's guess and go Drew Brees.
That is incorrect.
It's Winston and Roethlisberger are the next two, and then I fall. I know those two are correct though.
That is 100% correct. Jameis Winston and Ben Roethlisberger. In that
it's
order.
okay, Adam. Drew Brees let us down, but he hasn't let down anybody else. In his life.
Nobody else.
Ripped my heart out a bunch of times, but that's okay. We don't talk about that.
Well, you're a Falcon.
Exactly my points. All right. So the final scores we have.
Oh, we're done?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was 3 rounds, man. Unless you want to do one more.
We should keep going. I'm down.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Bonus points.
Let me think. Oh, you know what?
We got 8 minutes.
You know what? I got one.
We haven't done any basketball.
Oh, stop spoiling. Let's see. Let me.
Matt's like, I'll see you guys after the break for some prospect talk.
Let me pull up the list real quick. Just want to make sure I have everything good to go. And with that in mind, we're going to let me just make sure I have the points real quick. So Thomas, you have 24. Adam, you have 20. Matt, you have 10. And Edward, you have 12. So we will flip it there. Starting in 2022/23, I need you to name me every single MVA MVP.
Oh.
In reverse order.
Nope.
Oh. All right.
Champions I can do. MVP.
First few should be real easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
I'm gonna get it going.
Go ahead. Anytime.
Embiid
is correct.
Nikola Jokic.
Jokic is correct.
Yeah, he's like three in a row, right?
2. Right?
Wait, am I
Yes,
next?
you are.
Then the Joker again.
Jokic is correct. Matt.
We got Giannis.
Giannis is correct. Thomas.
Giannis back to back.
Giannis is correct. Adam.
Can't believe I'm saying this name in hindsight, but James Harden.
James Harden is correct. Edward.
I totally forgot about that.
So did everybody else.
Wow. I want to say Stephen Curry. What
We're
year?
at
You're at 2016, 2017.
Oh, shoot.
So 20. Because Curry went 2 in a row right that time. Was that the triple-double year from Westbrook? Westbrook won 2 in a row. I'm going to go Westbrook. Curry won 2 in a row. I think
that is correct, Matt.
I'm going Curry.
That is correct.
I just gave him the answer.
That is correct.
Deductive reasoning.
Thomas, we are at 2014, 2015.
Curry again.
Correct.
Yeah.
Adam.
That was KD, right?
Correct. Edward.
Shit. That was mine. I love you, Thomas. LeBron James.
Correct. Matt.
He just giving out answers left and right here. Oh God, it's gonna be like LeBron James for the next 5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's LeBron.
Correct.
Stop opening your face.
That was the best year of Derrick Rose's career. So Derrick Rose.
Correct.
Oh yeah, Derrick
I actually thought one of you guys might slip up on that. Correct. Adam.
And just say LeBron James. Yeah.
My basketball knowledge is getting spotty at this point, so I'm going to play it safe and go LeBron.
Correct. Edward. We're at 2008, 2009.
I know. Did LeBron win another one, or was that? Didn't Kobe? Steve Nash was way before that, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna play it safe and say LeBron again.
That is,
Am I right?
That is correct, Matt.
Play it safe, buddy. You're probably right.
Between two, I'm just gonna go with LeBron, but I don't think that's right.
That is incorrect.
No, what?
It's the Black Mamba.
That is correct. Kobe 0708. Adam.
Kobe.
This one's a little tricky.
What year is this now?
We are at 0607.
Okay, so just after college.
Wait, who was the last one?
Kobe was the last one.
Didn't Kobe win multiple too, or no?
Kobe won. My blanking.
Dirk?
Dirk is correct. Thomas. Or sorry, Edward.
That-
Edward.
I am screwed. I'm so screwed.
So we're at 2005, 2006.
I'm gonna say Kobe again. I mean, he had to win more than one, right? Like, during that time.
That is incorrect.
I wanted him to say his answer. He said it. It's Steve Nash.
That is correct. As he screams into the black void again. I really wish that everybody could see what he's doing right now. That's hilarious. Okay, Adam, we are at 0405.
Nash win 2 in a row. So wouldn't it
That
be
is-
Nash?
That is correct, Thomas. 0304.
It's either Tim Duncan or Garnett. I'm gonna go with Garnett. I'm Minnesota.
That
Garnett.
is correct, Adam.
I mean, if you're just going to give me a legitimate guess, I'm going to say Tim Duncan here.
Tim Duncan is correct. Thomas.
It's Duncan. Duncan again.
That is correct, Adam.
I feel like we're getting to a point where Shaq should have an MVP. So let me take Shaquille O'Neal.
That
is incorrect. Thomas, we are at 2001.
I thought that it was Shaq. Shaq would have been my answer, but if it's not Shaq, then it's AI.
That is 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Allen Iverson. Adam, for the record, Shaq won it the year before Iverson. You were close.
Yeah.
You were close.
01 is Iverson's year, baby.
Love AI.
Oh, man.
I wish I would have gotten that.
Also,
I wanted you to say Steve Nash so bad. you literally.
I went Kobe again because I thought
Yeah,
Kobe had to
another
win
one.
at least two or three that.
So what I think, this went really well by the way, Thomas won in a landslide. It wasn't even close. So Thomas finishes with 34.
Hey, Thomas, you want to do some immaculate grid next?
Thomas finishes with 34. Adam with 28. Edward with 18. And Matt with 14. So well done, guys. Now, the only difference I want to do next time, just because seeing Edward freak out was absolutely hilarious, I think what I'll do is I'll leave you guys on screen, but it'll be muted. Yeah, I'll just mute.
I was genuinely getting pissed that I missed those and they said it right. I was like, oh, Steve,
Yeah,
I even told myself that a minute
I
before.
was between Kobe and LeBron, and I went.
Yeah, very well done, guys. That was fun. We're definitely going to end up doing this again. That was great.
Yeah, and you have to wear the hat.
Oh, dude, this is my game. This is my game show hat. Of course,
It's not official without that.
And we got to find some game show music that we can play. And
I like Selz's idea.
Get it like a little microphone.
I'm gonna have to see if they sell like one of those Bob Barker microphones and I can plug it into my laptop. I'll have to see if I can do that.
The old stick mics that are like this.
Yeah,
yeah,
the stick mics.
I think it'd be funnier if you just used your normal mic and still had the little mic.
Yeah, just had it right here as a prop. That's pretty smart. Okay, I'll see what I can find.
All right, man. That was a lot of fun. My goodness, Heavy T coming in with the
He could just make one. Just get like a dowel and paint it black, and then put like a foam ball on top.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Okay.
Or like those old like talk to you microphones when you were a kid that were plastic.
Yep. Yeah, like little Fisher Price mics, all that stuff. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a thing going forward. So hey, I want to thank you guys, Thomas Stevens,
Thank you.
Adam, of course, at Pucking Thoughts, at Better Thomas. Adam, tell them where to find you. Hockey stuff still going off season as well. Tell them
so we got Better Hockey Now going each week right now. There's not a lot to talk about, so we're doing some mock drafts. And also, Mr. Jared Moore and I got a Rip and Riff debuted over the weekend. So if you like to watch some cards get packed, ripped open, and maybe a starting lineup or two, then tune in.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I just got some new ones in boxes from Target that I got to open up later tonight.
What'd you get?
When I'm done with the show. Just the autograph rookie ones that when you find them, you get them. There's like 3 cards in the pack, and there's like you never know. Like last year, I got a Isaiah Likely one autographed, which is kind of cool. So hopefully that one. And Jalen Tolbert was in there from Dallas Cowboys, and then some other guy who's now in the XFL. But
shout out to the other guy.
You never know. Shout out to the other guy. I don't want to go open up, but I got a brand new one that I want to open up later. But
maybe we'll do a guest rip one day. That's a good idea.
A guest rip. I like it. I like it. Sounds like a weed show, but all right. Yeah. Off the rails here on my Rants. Well, thank you, Adam, so much, man. You're a blessing. Love you here on the network. Everything you do for Fanslarm and BSN is great. Catch him out at Pucking Thoughts, the best name on X.
Thank you.
And Thomas, you as well. Thank you so much for Rant on the Street. We'll see you next week for great questions galore. And then the week after that, we're doing the Guillotine League. So that'll be fun as well. And we got to bring this game show back.
It's a blast.
This will come back.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Despite my bad performance, it was fun.
We got to give you some.
I was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I was in my own.
I was.
Oh yeah, do a NASCAR one there. Give him one round.
Gotten the D-backs right in 01, I would have gone for like another 15 years.
That's wild. That's so wild. So what? Another.
He's like you and Madden covers.
Right, fair. So another idea that I thought of is maybe I'll give you guys like what sport it's going to be on, but it's going to be up to you for you guys to try and figure out like what could
that would help because I had no idea what to expect. I was like, oh, and like when you said losers, I was like,
losers, and then the NFL passing leaders is like just
that one was
a dart throw.
Because I was like, I was in like and we did MVPs, so I had MVPs in my head talking about passing leaders at the same time, and they're all quarterbacks.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, they
so
go hand in hand with each other.
So I'm like, yeah, he was the MVP, but he wasn't the passing leader. It just got really bizarre and out there. Bye, Thomas.
I think that's just the second week in a row he's done that, where he's just automatically cut off. Like
swipe.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, World Series winners. 2000 was the Yankees. 99 was the Yankees. 90.
This is a new break right here.
97 was the Marlins. 96 was the Yankees. 95 was the Braves. 94 was the. There was no World Series in 94.
You got it.
93, I believe, was the Blue Jays.
Correct.
92, I think, was the Twins.
92 is the Blue Jays again. 91 is the Twins.
Oh, they went back to back.
And then 91 is the Twins.
Yeah, 91 is the Twins. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got, and then 90.
Oh, I know that wasn't that. No,
it's not the Dodgers. Dodgers are 88. 89 was the A's.
So what's 90?
Oh wait.
That was the Braves.
90 was not the Braves.
90 wasn't the Braves only won one World Series in the 90s. It was 95.
Oh, that's right. Who was 90?
The hell was 90?
I actually do know the answer to this, but I'm just waiting to see.
We have to go to break. We're just trying to figure. Everyone's like, "Come on, man! I just googled it. I know."
Yeah, it wasn't like the Reds, was it?
It was the Cincinnati Reds in 1990.
What?
Yeah.
What? Goodness gracious! All right. Well, let's take a quick little break. Let Heavy T take his game show outfit off and his lovely.
He's coming with a bow tie or something.
Yeah, he's gonna be all dressed up like a tearaway or like a tuxedo
there you
t-shirt.
Go. Now we're talking.
For next week, after the break, Matt Selz is staying with us because we got prospects to talk about. There was a trade deadline in the MLB last week. We're going to talk about. I actually got some questions about some prospect trading, and I was like, I don't know. I'll just have Matt Selz on and I'll ask him. So we'll do that after the break and more. Monday Night Rants. Make the cut. Let's go. Love it. We'll see you after the break, my fellow ranters.
What can we expect from you out there on the track tonight?
Listen, I have a wife, 2 kids. I have, full-time jobs. I'm never nervous. I don't even know what that word means. Can you explain what nervous means? No. I'm ready to have fun. I've never done anything like this before. I got asked to be a part of this. This is fascinating. Like, it's so cool to just look around and see what goes on here. So I'm just excited to get out on the horse. And you want trash talk? Is that what you're asking me for? No trash talk. I hope everyone does well.
All right. Everyone's going to do well, but it has to be a winner. So give me your trifecta. Who's going to come in first, second, and third? Heat.
I will go Maria 1, me 2, Willie 3, Moose goes 4th.
Well, it's very simple. I won this event last year. I won my heat, and so the defending champ has to be the favorite. Now, that makes me a little nervous just because I feel like it's hard to repeat. There's a little pressure when you're the favorite, but that being said, I'm still optimistic.
So your heat, it's you,
yes.
Moose and Keith from Better Sports Network, and Willie Colon.
I think Keith might be my stiffest competition, and I asked for this because I actually recruited Keith, if you didn't know. So Keith, if you win, you're welcome.
Malusis is very good. I mean, he knows what he's doing, but I'm going to go with Maria.
Keith is waving to the crowd. He must pay attention because they're off. It's Mark Malusis going for the lead. Maria Marino on the outside, and now Keith Irizarry on the outside with speed, and they're 3 wide into the first turn. Woo! Mark Malusis is locked in for his life. 138 and 2. They're into the stretch. Sportscasters Derby 2. And still in front, Keith Irizarry. And now Mark Malusis is trying to squeeze on through.
Come on! Back! Come on! Let's go! Come on, dig it!
Yeah! Keith Irizarry. Keith, you did it all the way, wire to wire, over Mark Malusis.
Awesome! That was so cool!
The champ is here! Keith, what was it like being out there? Adrenaline rush, you were doing the Instagram Live, so there was no panic. You looked cool, calm, collected the whole time, and you won it.
I felt really comfortable. I did. Like, I know you were joking with me before. Are you nervous? Are you whatever? What are you? David, the driver, was awesome. He's like, we're going to win this. I said, all right, let's win this. And he said, let's go. Yeah, I just felt really comfortable. I did. It was fun. We're in the lead. I got Maria Marino on the right side of me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to beat us, right? And then out of nowhere, you see Moose coming up this way, and we feel him breathing down our neck. And I'm like,
Moose on the loose. Watch out.
Moose was definitely on the loose, and we just got Moose by a neck, a nose, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but again, all of this for a great cause, and it was absolutely awesome to do this. It was cool.
All right, Keith, congratulations, and no matter what, you could always hold this over Moose's head.
Yeah!
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Monday Night Rants on the Better Sports Network. That's at Better Network and all your favorite social media platforms, and X, and at Fancy Alarm, at all your favorite social media platforms, and X as well. Just checking my bingo card on Rival Fantasy real quick, and I am 1 square away from hitting the corner on my bingo card. What? That's right. All I need is a Corey Seager double, and I hit my corner, which is the 4 corners in the bottom and the top, I hit that corner, 10% of tonight's prize pool, which is $1,000. That's $100 for a $1 bingo card. What? That's right. RivalFantasy.com. Join rival.com/alarm and go ahead and get your up to $200 deposit match. 200 bingo cards, people. I could a double from Corey Seager. We're in the 4th inning. That's completely possible right now. 10% of the prize pool, which is over $1,000. Come on, $1 to win 100? Please. Every day at Rival Fantasy. That's join rival.com/alarm. Up to $200 deposit match. Plus your first bingo card's free. There you go. Matthew Selz. Thank you so much for joining us for that wonderful rendition of Heavy T's game. How did you enjoy it?
I thought it was fun.
Be honest. True. Not true.
I thought it was fun.
Wish a little bit more prepared. That's how I kind of felt. Like
I was off by. I was irritated. I was off by one on. I flipped the Rams and Niners Super Bowl losers, so that was irritating. I did better on the NBA MVPs than I thought I would. To be perfectly,
I kept on talking myself out of the right answer.
yes, you did.
That was my
You gave me the right answer like 3 times, so I appreciate it.
Well, hey, it's always a pleasure having you on. Now that the game show is out of the way, we can talk a little MLB because a lot of people right now, yes, the MLB trade deadline is over and behind us, but fantasy trade deadlines are like this week, like Thursday, like this weekend. So I've gotten a lot of really interesting trade questions I want to ask you about. An MVP question that I really can't answer, to be honest. So I'll let you answer. And then, but quickly though, I do want to talk about Grill vs. Grill and your immaculate week of NASCAR betting. Obviously, the race was from Michigan was today because of the rain, and it was a good race. Interesting. Thoughts on the NASCAR race today before we go to 2 straight weeks of road courses?
First of all, Chris Buescher should never invite his wife to a race again because his only 3 wins are when his wife doesn't show up. So, as much as he may love her and miss her being there for his career and winning streak, she needs to not come. Apparently,
I like how he said that in the interview. He's like, "Yeah, well, my wife couldn't come out to this one either, and I want to see." And he's like, "The last 3, your wife hasn't come," and you could see like his crew chief in that going,
yeah, you could see the thought process after. By the way, apparently Richmond is a track that should comp to Michigan now because that's 2 years in a row where the Michigan winner won at Richmond. Kevin Harvick won at Michigan last year and then won at Richmond, and Buescher won last week at Richmond and now won this week at Michigan, which very odd.
They're not similar tracks at all. But
one of them 2 miles and high banked, and the other one's 3/4 of a mile and practically flat. So, I thought it was a pretty good race. I think the tire issue is kind of a thing still.
Yeah, we saw some tires just like
I'm pretty sure Rick
Bowman
Hendrick
was
didn't
just like out of
enjoy-
nowhere.
I don't think Rick Hendrick enjoyed that race at all. With Chase and Bowman and
all 2 days of it.
Yeah. And then Larson almost got loose and didn't have a very good finish. Yeah. I thought it was a pretty good race. I thought you could pass for the lead. You could run guys in different lanes. I thought it was a very fun Michigan race.
Okay, I have some NASCAR questions for you. Real quick before we go into baseball and prospects, I know people want to know what we have to say about these trades. But does Chase Elliott make the playoffs this year?
It's getting harder and harder to think that he does. He needed a good points week this week to do it, and he did not get one. Yes, there are 2 road races coming up, but he has not won in the last 9 road races that have been run. He hasn't even finished like runner-up in most of them. I don't know that he makes the playoffs.
I don't think so either, man. I'm with you. I think
he has to go to Daytona and need a win.
The playoffs. He doesn't make the playoffs, and Ryan Blaney becomes the most popular driver when it's all said and done because of it. What? A double negative for Chase Elliott this year. All because he went snowboarding.
I mean, I think the first one's going to happen. I'm not sure about the second one.
All right, I'm going to be quick with this one. Noah Gregson's suspension. Agree or disagree? Just give me an answer. We don't have to go into detail.
Agree.
Okay.
Do you not agree? Do you not?
No, I agree. It's stupid. Yeah.
You can't like something when you represent that many companies, and that's like, and
That's
the Denny
stupid.
thing.
You got to be
the Denny
smarter than
meme. At least it was on topic, and he apologized and immediately took it down. Do you remember the Denny thing?
Yeah, no, I do.
Larson had
Yeah.
to
But
restart,
this
then-
one was like, this was something from 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
That, like, what? Like, what are you thinking that day? Like,
And the
so
people
stupid.
attacking the
It's just
journalist
why.
for doing his job and verifying something that was shared with him is correct should just lay off of him. Guy's doing his job.
Also that too. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Google it. Give it a goog. Go look at it if you want to see what we're talking about. I think it's only one race, right? It was just
No.
one race. No, it's more.
NASCAR suspended him indefinitely.
Oh, wow. So Josh Berry is going to get his chance now.
Well, I don't know if Josh
not the
Berry
right car,
fills
but
in
yeah.
for him the rest of the year or not. It probably depends on Xfinity and whatever. I'm sure SHR would love him to get free training time in a Cup car before he over the Ford.
Heck yeah, I would too. If I was Josh
But
Berry,
I
I'm
also
like, yeah,
don't think
that
that Gragson gets a Cup car back.
I don't like him anyways.
He hasn't done anything. You also have to keep in mind that
No.
Legacy is going to Toyota next year. And who are two people in Toyota? Bubba Wallace and Michael Jordan.
We'll leave it at that. Also, his biggest moment of the year was getting punched in the face by Ross Chastain.
It's either that or a terrible haircut.
Oh, his haircut's terrible too. Yeah. So there you go. All right. Does Martin Truex Jr. win the championship this year? It's been the fastest car for about a month and a half.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's hard to think of somebody you can argue solidly in favor of over Truex, so I'll go with Truex.
I still kind of like Byron, kind of sneaking in that top 4.
Yeah.
He won Phoenix earlier this year.
You know what?
Secretly,
You know what?
it could be an upset.
Watch out for Buescher. You know what track is comparable to Phoenix? Richmond. You know who just dominated at Richmond? Buescher. He's got 2 wins. He's making it. He's free and clear. Like
RFK Racing wins a championship this year with Chris Buescher. I'm sorry, with Christopher
I'm not
Buescher.
saying they do, but I'm saying if you're the betting kind, I'd put like a half a unit down on Buescher to win the championship right now. He's going off at 45-1.
Oh yeah, that's probably actually a good.
Take a shot.
And even the interview with Brad Keselowski after was like, yeah, I kind of suck now. So he's going to put everything he has into that car now. So I kind of do like that because Brad is an ex-champion.
Yes, he is.
So why not? As an owner this early, I think he's going to like kind of step back and kind of put all of his knowledge from his car and the crews into his to get Christopher. But I can see that. That's a good bet. I like it. And obviously all your bets are, they win all the time. So there you go, people. Free NASCAR bets. Just take them. We don't say unit on this show. We say half of what you would normally spend on a bet.
Okay. Well, that's what I mean by a unit is what you normally spend on a bet.
All right, let's move on to baseball prospects. You just recently updated your prospect list on fantasyalarm.com. By the way, come on. The best MLB prospect list in the business. It is literally won me a dynasty league or 2 just by using it and getting people like Gunnar Henderson when he was nobody. Quinn Priester when he was nobody. It's a great list. And you were the only one who had Ellie De La Cruz #1 this year at the beginning of the season. Look how that panned out. Jeez.
I also had Carroll #1 at the end of last year. I had Gunnar Henderson, or I had Adley Rutschman #1.
You had Rutschman #1, and then Henderson, and then Ellie.
Yeah, and I had Corbin Carroll somewhere in there too.
Yeah, Corbin Carroll's a unicorn, man. It's crazy. Obviously, Corbin Carroll is the favorite to win the NL Rookie of the Year, and it's not even close. He has that on lockdown.
Yep.
Right? AL Rookie of the Year, however, is a little up in the air. For a while, it was like going to be Josh Young no matter what, but he's hurt. He's toast. So who wins AL Rookie of the Year? That's a tough question.
It is a very. I mean, I think if Gunnar closes with a good last 6 weeks,
yeah,
maybe. I think it's really wide open in the AL, to be perfectly honest. There's a couple pitchers that could be in the mix too.
There are a few. Now, can you name every AL Rookie of the Year in reverse order, starting from the scouts?
Go Julio Rodriguez last year, but that's an easy one. No.
MVT just rolled over in his grave. Gunnar is first now in odds. It was Young for a long time. Now it is Gunnar Henderson is first in odds. It's kind of by default now, right? Yoshida from
Boston, as well as Costas
from Boston. He's had a sneakily good year.
He has. I bet on him. Like, I didn't bet on him, but like I have him rostered in several fantasy baseball leagues because I thought his skills were going to translate, and they've worked out. Costas woke up from a slumber and has just been annihilating everything the last 2 months.
I was high on Tristan Casas for a long time, saying he's going to get it. He's going to get the starting job. Obviously, he did, and I was like, so I've held on. I've held on
throughout May. It didn't look like it was great, and then he's just exploded. He finally figured it out. So,
yeah, I really like.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, Jung, I don't think is going to play again this year.
No, he's out for the year.
At least in the regular season, he's not playing.
Yeah, because Texas, man, the Rangers are going to make the playoffs, aren't they?
I mean, they came into the trading deadline and all they did was add Scherzer and Jordan Montgomery.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, they did lose DeGrom, though.
Okay, but DeGrom pitched twice.
Yeah,
I mean, my bigger concern is they lost Jung and they lost Jonah Heim.
Oh, yeah, Jonah Heim was crushing, dude. He was in my Great Baseball Invitational. He was my stud catcher, and I lost him. And now I'm playing Gary Sanchez and a mixture of nobody because there's nobody.
I mean, Gary Sanchez has 15 homers now. So
he's been great, but I have Joey Bart, who's isn't even called back up yet.
Bailey is taking his job,
and he's gone. I'm just rolling with one catcher pretty much, and I'm ranked 124th overall in the whole thing right now. It's crazy. But so anyways, yeah, sorry, tangent. Do the Diamondbacks hold on to make the playoffs? Or are they done?
Well,
I think
this is a nightly thing now because my wife started watching the Diamondbacks because we're in the Central Time Zone.
We talked about this. The Diamondbacks announcers.
We get East Coast games and now we get West Coast games, and she likes the broadcast crew for the Diamondbacks. Pretty good crew. Berthium and Brindley, I like it. But she's been sweating bullets for 6 weeks and living and dying with every loss, which obviously right now there's a lot of losses. I think they turn it around. I think they sneak in with the third wild card.
I don't. I think the Padres still sneak in because you got the Cubs ahead of them, the Diamondbacks. Okay, well, I'm not being biased. I'm saying the team-wise, the talent. Although losing
Musgrove's done.
Huge.
Yeah,
that's a big loss because trying to replace that with Rich Hill. No. Okay. So maybe you're right. I don't know. Some questions here before we have to go. I want you to name a MLB prospect because September is the rosters expand in September.
What is
enough where prospects will be called up? What prospect are give me one for just give me two. Doesn't matter the teams or what league. Will come up and make a difference to your fantasy championship run in your baseball team.
So Curtis Mead was just called up. It's not September, but he was just called up. I think that guy's here to stay for Tampa. One guy to watch, Diamondbacks. I think Jordan Lawler might skip AAA. I think they.
Really?
He's been crushing baseballs for the Sod Poodles, crushing them, and he's got a 24 game on base streak going. So I think Lawler might come up. Baltimore's got a few different dudes who they could call up.
They have Ortiz. Is Ortiz still a thing?
Joey Ortiz?
I haven't seen him all year.
Man, he's been on the shuttle between Norfolk and Boston and Baltimore all year. But Heston Kjerstad's a guy that could come up and do damage.
I have him in my dynasty too.
Toby Mayo could come up and do some damage. DL Hall might be back and do some damage for their pitching.
It's crazy how deep that Baltimore Orioles
By the way,
team
I haven't
got
even mentioned
really
the
quickly.
19-year-old top prospect in Jackson Holiday.
He's not coming up this year.
No, but he's crushing AA at 19 years old.
Yeah, he's going to be good. Yeah. And by the way, every time he scores a run, he's never safe, just like his dad wasn't against my Padres.
I don't know if Cleveland calls up Kyle Manzardo or not. They might.
Ooh, I like that. Well, I mean, at this point, they need to call up somebody.
And Detroit may call up Colt Keith this early. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, you heard it here first on My Night Rants. That'd be something. But whoa, that's gonna be.
And the Yankees should call up Everson Pereira. I'm sorry, they need that bat.
Is he 20 yet? 19.
I don't care, man. What he's doing at AAA is ridiculous.
He's dominating. Yeah. Going to be a stud too. Hopefully they treat him right. Like, all right. I have a trade for you here. A question I got asked that I didn't know how to answer. I did answer it eventually. And I want to know what you think about it. This was a dynasty baseball trade right before our trade deadline happens this Thursday. It's Yuri Perez for Jackson Chourio. Straight up. Who wins the trade? I'll tell you who I said after you choose.
I will take Chourio, the Chourio side. In a straight up trade, I have to go with the pitching or with the hitting side because they affect the game. 100.
You mean Julio Rodriguez too?
He's really good, and I don't care how loaded the Brewers outfield is; they're going to make room for Chourio. That guy.
Yeah, he's Julio Rodriguez too, with maybe a little bit more power, which is insane.
Yeah. By the way, he has a brother too, Jason Chourio.
Yeah.
Not as good.
What he's on? Not as good, but he's on.
I don't think he's on.
He got traded. I don't remember where he went to after he got traded.
I don't think he's on the on Milwaukee.
No, they're not both on.
Why do I want to say Cleveland?
So you would take Jackson Chourio in that trade. I said the same thing. Although Yuri Perez, his peripherals can be frontline starter.
Jason Chourio is Cleveland.
Cleveland, that's right.
I mean, Yuri Perez is. I love Yuri Perez, but
I know, but everything about him says blowout elbow, convert to closer. Like everything about him says that to me. Right? Am I wrong?
I think he's the real deal.
Okay.
Just keep him away from boats because the last guy who was this good.
Whoa. We don't talk about Fernandez on this show. Oh yeah, that was sad, man. I remember that. He was on my Dynasty League too. That was sad. I've had the worst luck with Dynasty League players, dude. I had the Angels pitcher on my Dynasty League. I'm laughing because it's sad. I had the Pirates closer who did things with kids that I had to get rid of. Like, man, I just had bad luck with pitchers. So that's why I'm going the trio route. All right, everyone. Matt Selz. Selz, real quick, tell everyone where to find you. You got 10 seconds.
I'm
Go.
on Fantasy Alarm, Picks-Wise, X, Twitter, whatnot. Salesman. I got all sorts of baseball, NFL, NASCAR stuff, betting. We're good. F1 betting.
We're good. We're good. From Heavy T, from Thomas Stevens, from Adam Bernard, my buddy Matt Selz. See you next week, my fellow ranters. We're good.